Do you
I
know
never
why
thought
the
of
real
this.
reason why they banned lead paint?
The real reason?
The real reason why they banned lead paint.
So it wasn't because it was fucking people up?
This is actually like very interesting. It's kind of scary as well. So they tell you that they banned lead paint because kids kept eating paint chips and they were getting poisoned. Now, while they may have been true, turns out lead is the best absorber of EMF radiation and gamma radiation as well. What that means is that if this was all coated in lead paint, it will be harder for cell tower signals, anything that shoots a signal, to actually penetrate your body the way they wanted it to. It was still hit in. It was still like, you know, the signal will still come in, but the radiation off of those signals won't be as deadly as they are without it. So that's why when you get an x-ray, you wear a lead vest to protect your body.
I forgot about that actually, and you're right. Yeah, they do put lead over your body, especially for x-rays.
Anything that shoots a signal, that's what the radiation is, but mostly from your phones and Wi-Fi. And that takes one out of the book, Silent Weapons for Silent Wars. Their silent weapons work better without lead paint.
Well, I can see how that could be true, though. You know, lead, it can be a dampener, man. But yeah, I have to do a little more research on that to see if that would be actually the reason why they took it out of paint. What y'all think? What is up, family? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I got more weird, crazy, wild TikToks that'll make you rethink everything. So you're going to want to stay locked in because you ain't going to believe this.
But this one is actually from my husband, and I just had a reminder a few minutes ago. He told me to tell y'all, when them ships pull up, get on the ships. I don't care that our beliefs are different or whatever, you know, you think we're crazy, whatever you think. I'm telling you, if those ships pull up, you better get on them. Because if you stay behind, you're going to be sorry. A lot of y'all got children, y'all got families, people that y'all love. You don't understand what's going on. Father is not going to spare America. He is going to remove his children, put them up in a safe place, in a wilderness, in a place that he has prepared for them. The rest of the world will be going through great tribulation. And no, you're not getting beamed up out of here before that happens. It's going to be the worst thing that the world has ever experienced. Get on the ship. Don't love your possessions too much. Don't love some of your loved ones too much. I can't go because such ain't going. Well, you and them finna go through hell and possibly even lose your life. When them ships pull up, get on them. Because the world is fixing to see the wrath of the Most High like never before.
Okay. Given the circumstances of my ancestors and how it was when they first got on the boat, I think I'll pass.
The following footage was captured in Allentown, Pennsylvania on December 27, 2023. Witnesses are coming forward claiming that the sky basically glitched. It went from day to night in a matter of seconds with these flashing lights. The question is, though, what happened? Take a look at this footage and comment if you have any idea or footage of your own.
What the fuck is going on, man? Look, the fucking world falling apart and shit.
He said the world
I'm not
apart.
fucking with it. What's going on? What's going on? This shit just flashing. Huh?
Go ahead.
Nah,
Sorry. We have to close.
what? Nah, what? Nah, what? Nah, what?
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Anybody from Allentown, Pennsylvania, in the comments, y'all let me know if y'all saw anything like that. But to me, it looked like some type of grid or something that was like, you know how when electricians kind of hook up wire, do you see that arc of light or that arc of electricity? That's what it looks like. It look like arc electricity or something. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Listen to this. Coming up, I'm about to play it, but they don't want you using anything natural in your body. They don't want you going natural. They don't want herbs, nothing. Dude, it's crazy. But listen to this shit. This is a trip to me. No boom, buckers.
Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of Americans. Cardiovascular disease starts in the intestines because you need nutrients, and we'll get into some of those nutrients in a minute for the cardiovascular system. But if you're eating gluten, you cannot absorb them because you're damaging your intestine. And if your ability to absorb drops down below 3%, no matter how much supplements you're taking, it's all going out in the toilet. For 100 years, the medical system has been telling everybody, eat more whole grains, they're good for you. You're dead because of gluten. Wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Wheat, barley, rye, and oats, okay? Now, what was the breakfast of champions? Wheaties. Why do you think all the athletes die so young? Wheaties. What about Quaker oats? Getting a picture? Okay, now got to get rid of all that. Pancakes, waffles. You have to live like an Asian, live on rice and sweet potatoes and vegetables and fish and poultry and red meat's fine, but you can't have wheat, barley, rye, and oats. You can't eat the European grains. If you like beer, that's fine, but you got to drink Japanese, Korean, and Chinese beer because they're made from rice.
Now, I don't know, but I know for a fact that I don't eat oats. I don't eat grains. I try my best to stay away from bread, even when I eat burgers now. Now I just wrap it in lettuce because of my blood type, and I know what's good for my blood type and what's not. Never really been a fan of grains like that or oats. When I was a kid, my grandma used to fix me oatmeal and stuff or grits with bacon and stuff, bacon butter. Man, it's good. I ain't gonna even lie. And because she's not here, rest her soul, to make them no more, I just don't, I don't even try.
The reptilian race that was helping the Germans required that we want you to build a base in Antarctica.
Dracos, are you saying? The
Yes.
reptilians of the Dracos? Who are the Draco?
The Draco are a group of alien entities that are reptilian evolved. They range in height from 8 to 14 feet tall. It's my understanding that there are also some variations of them that are shorter than that. Some of them have vestigial tails and wings.
Okay, so the Dracos are now in alliance with the Germans at the beginning of the 1940s.
Yes, and working together with them.
Okay, so they had gone to Antarctica in 1938, the first polar expedition by the Germans. And you're saying in the early 40s they were told to make the base there?
They were told to build a base there. And so they built a base under the ice capable of sustaining upwards of 300,000 to 400,000 people.
Whoa.
And so they started stocking it out and building it out. And the purpose for that, and of course the Draco didn't tell them this at the time, but they wanted to have a proxy in place that would help them recover some of the alien technologies that were down there, are down there.
I see. And they were, of course, nobody knows about the place, so you could work with no one knowing what you're doing.
Nobody around, that's right.
It's a perfect place,
That's
actually.
right. So the end of the war marked a period where the group that was down there said, thankfully, we can get away from this self-destructive government. We can run things the way we want to. Working on their base defenses, working on their technology. By 1947, they had mastered the mobile platform weapons so that they were able to outfit their anti-gravity craft with these weapons.
So now they have a very serious advantage as far as weaponry.
That's right. Weapons, platforms, they outclassed anything and everything else on the planet.
So we're now in like 46, 47 after World War II, and a lot of UFO sightings are starting to happen. Maury Island and Roswell, are these associated with the Germans?
From what I understand, some of them are.
Did they then alert the governments of the world where they were located?
They didn't tell them where they were.
I see.
But through either espionage or through other sources, through capturing people that were in and out of South America, they found out. The rest of the world did.
And the United States in particular found out.
Specifically.
And then what did the United States do about the fact that their enemy is like creating a base on Earth and they're not taking care of it?
Well, within a year after the end of World War II, they had already started making plans for sending a fleet down to Antarctica to finally do away in their minds with these pesky Germans once and for all. And so Operation High Jump was the result of that.
You expect me to believe some cape wearing 8 to 10 feet tall dinosaur looking ass aliens supposedly are working with the Russians to try to destroy the world when they may have the powers and be strong enough to do it themselves? And why they're hiding? Why are they hiding? Are they really weak? Weaker than we think they are? Like, none of this stuff makes sense. I want to curse so bad, but I try to keep this channel respectful. And these people that be on these on these documentaries, they are getting paid to say these things so society can run with it. It gets old after a while.
A lot of people don't even know this. They contact to speak to the black pope, not a black man, but a black pope. He wears the black garment.
Oh, yeah,
He's
the
called
Jesuit.
a super Jesuit with a sworn oath, a very special sworn oath that I posted online
That's
many
true.
times. Maybe if we have time, another time we can read the entire oath that they have to read. It's pretty dark. It's a pretty dark oath, and it comes directly from their information, so it's not fabricated or somebody made it up online. And what's interesting is the governments of the world, the superpowers of the world, they contact and get approval for the war from the super Jesuit Black Pope. Now think about that kind of power. Think about that level of power. People don't even know a Black Pope exists. They don't even know what the Black Pope is. But when you start looking it up and then research the oath that's taken, it is so dark, it'll make you feel sick on the inside. That's how dark it is. I mean, even the governments of the world contact the Vatican before they go to war. A lot of people don't even know this. They contact to speak to the Black Pope, not a black man.
That's true. There is a such thing as a Jesuit Black Pope, but there's somebody even higher than him, and he's called the Gray Pope.
Check this out.
First symbol that I want to talk about is the headdress that the Pope or the Bishop of Rome wears. That symbol goes back at least 5,000 years. The strange and interesting headdress that the Pope wears is impacted by a god named Dagon. Dagon was a fish god. We have a god who is half fish and half man. So now we see the Pope's headdress, but when turned, you then see he's actually wearing a fish head because he's representing the worship of an ancient Phoenician god. And that very powerful mystical god is still dominating the spirit and the intellectual thinking of religion even to today.
How's it going, family? This gentleman right here, name is Pepe Orsini. Check this guy out.
Clan of Rome is the man who runs the world. Meet Pepe Orsini, the Gray Pope. Orsini is a part of the most ancient Maximus clan of Rome, and he remains behind the scenes, pulling every single string of literally every secret society and every human slave on this earth. As most of you know, there is the popular Pope Francis, which is supposedly the head of the Catholic Church and ruler of Vatican City. But most of you don't know there is actually 3 popes that have authority over the Vatican, including the White Pope, which is Pope Francis, the Black Pope, which is the Superior General of the Jesuit Order in the Vatican. Then comes the man with supreme authority over both Black Pope and White Pope, which is the Gray Pope, named Pepe Orsini. Pepe is a part of the most ancient and most powerful bloodlines in history, which is Orsini, also known as Orso. Now, you know...
And that is why, my friends, Kanye West did that song, No One Man Should Have All That Power. Hell, that look like a squid or something. It definitely look like a squid or something. I mean, and if it was something that was like anything other than that, it would have attacked you, right? I don't know. What y'all think?
So this person found something strange on Google Earth, and I want to know y'all's thoughts on this. Watch the video. Watch the whole video. I don't even know what it is. And it stretches around the whole fake globe on Google Earth. See that? What is that? I know if I discovered something like this, I definitely would have recorded it and showed y'all. I would have been bamboozled. I'm still bamboozled by looking at whatever the fuck I'm looking at because I don't know what it is. And this whole thing
It's a
stretches
simple
around the
connection
whole thing.
of a 3D
It keeps
image.
on going, keeps on going, keeps on going. This is a crazy find. I've never seen this before. Never seen this before. People be finding some crazy stuff on Google Earth.
I mean, because Google Earth got a lot
Like,
of
what is
imperfections.
that? Let me know y'all's thoughts on this in the comments. I wanna see what y'all thinking. Cause I damn for sure don't know what the fuck. I couldn't even guess. Well, my guess probably would be a huge wall. But why? Why would there be a huge wall going around the whole Earth?
Oh, they getting at this flat Earth ice wall thing.
What is that?
If you do not know what the Archon Soul Trap is, then this video might save your life. First, you need to know that the Earth has become a realm to trap souls in the reincarnation cycle. Now, the Archons have done this by deceiving humanity into not allowing them to evolve spiritually and ascend their soul. Without ascending into the highest vibration where matter becomes light, we stay trapped in the reincarnation cycle. This is why constant negativity and fear is purported in the media that they control, because fear is the lowest vibration. So what are Archons? Archons were spoken about in the ancient Gnostic texts, and these life forms have no connection to source, no feelings of love. All they strive for is power. These are the dark forces that are controlling and manipulating humanity. Now, because Archons express no feelings, they cannot manifest on their own. This is why there's so much predictive programming in the media, because they put these ideas into the minds of the collective consciousness in order for them to manifest. It is the collective consciousness that holds the matrix up like glue. The only way to escape the Archon soul trap is to ascend your soul. This happens by raising your dominant vibration through meditative practice. Do not pay attention or consume anything that the media wants you to. Look within yourself and cultivate a peace within. Through this practice, you will escape the reincarnation cycle. High vibrational entities, angels, ascended masters came back to Earth to help wake humanity up from this cycle. Peace and love.
You know what's crazy? What makes me wonder is how people even know this. Like, you've never died before, so how the hell do you know what happens when you die? When you die, in my opinion, I think that everything you see upon death, your death, is a dream. Things start to come back in your dream. The things that you most feared, the things that were programmed into your mind to think a certain way. You are essentially dreaming when you die. Now, I do believe in reincarnation. I believe in us having a spirit and a soul. But I 100% believe that when we do leave this realm, we go into another parallel universe and life continues on there. That's just me though. But I'm not sitting up here telling you that this is what you should think and this is the truth and this is the end all be all. No, I'm not gonna do that. And I hate videos that do that, man. I don't know about y'all. What y'all think?
Hold up. Did the president just admit to being a clone or hold up. Did the president just admit to being a clone, a reptilian, an AI, or not even human? Because his caption says, thanks for the birthday well wishes today, everyone. Turns out on your 146th birthday, you run out of space for candles. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I have seen very little of this man during his presidency, and everything that I've seen is him glitching out, okay? Like this next clip. Let's watch.
Would say even this harder than getting a ticket to the Renaissance tour or Britney's tour. She's down in, it's kind of warm in Brazil right now. Just to get here, Liberty and Bell had to beat some tough odds, competition. They had to work hard to show patience and be willing to travel over 1,000 miles.
Did he just reference Taylor Swift and Britney Spears? Because Britney Spears posted this a week ago. Literally 1 week ago, Britney posted a picture of her and Taylor Swift with this caption. And you know, I've been talking about how everybody's a clone, and these girls don't be looking like these girls. I just don't find it a coincidence, because nothing is a coincidence in this world, that Britney would post this and then Biden would talk about both of them. Now, we know Britney's not going on any tour, so I want to know what's going on in Biden's head. But I find it interesting that he talked about this and he said it's hot down there in Brazil because did you guys know someone died from heat exhaustion at Taylor Swift's concert in Rio, Brazil? Why is nobody talking about this? I'm telling you guys, everything is connected. Like, how are you going to tell me that Britney posts this exactly 1 week before this happens? And before Biden makes a reference to both of them. I'm telling you guys, Britney is a big piece to the puzzle, and if you're not following me on Alex Surf's Facts, I have a whole Britney playlist over there with all the clues. But now we've got the government, the presidency, tying in with Britney Spears and Taylor Swift, who are two major players in the game and give us a ton of clues and Easter eggs. Also, let's listen to this part real quick again.
Here, Liberty and Bell had to beat some tough odds, competition. They had to work hard to show patience and be willing to travel over 1,000 miles.
Okay, when he says Liberty and Bell had to travel thousands of miles to get here and had to have a lot of patience and all this, it just makes me think of the collective. Like the collective had to do those things to get here, to get to the end. Is that what he's telling us? Is he officially going to give us full on disclosure? Because my God, we are tired and we are ready, y'all.
It's a good video, but I think people have never seen what senile looks like. And that man is senile as hell. He is above and beyond senile. The way he talk, and people want to say that it's a clone or whatever. I mean, you know, think what you want to think. But I know senile when I see it. And they knew, and they keeping him out there because this stuff is a circus, and they know you're going to run with it. Oh, don't worry about it. It's just going to be your old conspiracy theorist out there saying that he's a clone. Nobody's going to ever suspect that he's senile. I mean, the people in their right minds will, if he is senile. Come on now. Talking about he in his 146th birthday. Come on now. He too old to be on social media.
I never thought of this. Reason why they banned lead paint?
The real reason?
The real reason why they banned lead paint.
So it wasn't because it was fucking people up.
This is actually like very interesting. It's kind of scary as well. So they tell you that they banned lead paint because kids kept eating paint chips and they were getting poisoned. Now, while they may have been true, turns out lead is the best absorber of EMF radiation and gamma radiation as well. What that means is that if this was all coated in lead paint, it will be harder for cell tower signals, anything that shoots a signal, to actually penetrate your body the way they wanted it to. It was still hit in. It was still like, you know, the signal will still come in, but the radiation off of those signals won't be as deadly as they are without it. So that's why when you get an x-ray, you wear a lead vest to protect your body.
I forgot about that actually, and you're right. Yeah, they do put lead over your body, especially for x-rays.
Anything that shoots a signal, that's what the radiation is, but mostly from your phones and Wi-Fi. And that takes one out of the book, Silent Weapons for Silent Wars. Their silent weapons work better without lead paint.
Well, I could see how that could be true though. You know, lead, it can be a dampener, man. But I have to do a little more research on that to see if that would be actually the reason why they took it out of paint. What y'all think?
Breaking news. This terrifying destruction of the Earth may already be set. Out of the very few lucky survivors, we will not be one of them. Citizens were terrified after a mass investigation was being held in Hawaii after Mark Zuckerberg was reported to be building a $100 million bunker, and its only purpose will be for a nuclear end of the world. News articles talk about the extreme, terrifying lengths in which Mark kept this construction in extreme secrecy, from Mark putting up a 6 feet tall wall to block the views to police and a patrol cars circling the area. High-end security cameras to keep everyone and everything out, according to the natives. Even the roads and any viewpoint of the project are completely blocked, with natives only see the haunting moments in which hundreds of workers were coming in and out of mysterious blocked out roads and no one can talk about it. Allegedly, if any of the workers even as much as post on social media, they could face dire consequences like getting removed from the project or life-threatening legal action. With alleged reports saying that the compound will consist of 2 mansions with 30 bedrooms and 30 bathrooms, with a tunnel that will go into an underground bunker built with metal and concrete walls, having enough energy and resources to last for years after the world has ended. Apparently many other rich and powerful people are also creating buffers too, so do they know something that we don't?
Donald Trump is still the president of the United States.
Let me talk to him.
Did you know that the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world that he didn't exist? What if I told you the greatest trick 45 ever pulled was convincing the world that he's still not in charge right now?
They think it's a trick that I'm playing on them. They think I'm playing a trick.
Don't believe? Then how do you explain 45 issuing Executive Order 13961 on December 7, 2020, which signaled the continuity of government plan? How do you explain 45 issuing 10 national security memorandums and his last 10 days of office that are still classified to this day?
Will you commit to making sure that there is a peaceful transferal of power after the election?
There won't be a transfer. There'll be
45 himself admitted on numerous occasions that we're in the midst of irregular warfare.
I'm a wartime president. This is a war. This is a war, different kind of a war than we've ever had.
In this high-stakes game of chess, where it's move, counter-move, did 45 willingly step aside and place the resident front and center so the resident can take the fall for everything that's going on right now?
And in my second term, which we're sort of having now, but I don't want the results, right?
Hey, if you know, you know.
The 45th, the 46th, and the 47th President of the United States, President Donald John Trump.
Well, that would in fact only prove one thing to me, that he in on it too. Cause how?
Because that's what's going to happen. There'll be a nuclear attack? No, there's going to be, it's pretty easy to take down a society that's digital. Oh, yeah. Once you unplug that, and then but that's a crazy feeling when you're like, okay, because your first thought is, let me call somebody. Nope. Your phone isn't going to work.
No calling, no oil through the pipelines, no food delivery.
God's going to have the busiest afternoon.
No airlines, no one on the roads, dams fail. Like it all, if you've put everything online, which, because the people who run our country are so stupid, they've actually done that. You are so vulnerable that it's unbelievable. You're using Chinese servers and switchers, and like, at that point, you have no control. You don't need to drop a nuke on anybody.
So for those of y'all who continue to say that if sports was really rigged, then players would come out and say it, and people would expose it. And how come no one has ever come out and said anything about it being rigged? Well, here's a former NBA player. We're going to tell you how it's rigged. And I'm sure you guys will make every excuse in the book. Here we go.
You know, if a referee is making 20 grand per, they don't make 20 grand per game, right? But if someone offers them 20 grand for this game and says, all right, over under 212, right? The money's on the over. You would never know he rigged that game because he's going to rig it in the favor of the stars, right? So now you're playing in that game. This is a game you're going to have 40-50 because all I have to do is just blow the whistle every time I think you got touched. You have a three and it's crushing, and one. Three go in. All I'm doing is just putting points on the board. Free throws. So this is not a game you can see that, oh, this is, you know what I mean? I'm calling and one. You know, that's when you get all of that. I'm not going to foul you out. I'm not going to foul you out. Right, I'm going to call a bunch of fouls on a whole bunch of people that have no importance to this. I want you to score 40. I want you to score 40 because the number rises.
That is true. But it's always been like that, though, man. It's all politics. It's about a buck. That's what it's about. So, you know, especially if they know people betting, I mean, you know, come on now. Some of the richest people in the world bet on basketball games, and they got people behind the scenes that can pull strings to make sure the game is won. Like, for real.
I don't know about y'all, but I have this strange, eerie feeling that something is going to take place. Something's going to happen. And y'all might want to save this message because this is sort of a prophecy, because I really feel it in my gut. I really feel it in my soul that something really, really terrible, crazy, demonic, chaos, like something is going to happen. I can't put my finger on it, but some shit is about to go down. If you notice, time has been speeding. Time has been going fast. Like, how did it go from being Halloween to almost Christmas? Time is speeding rapidly. Christmas don't feel the same. Halloween didn't feel the same. Halloween didn't feel like Halloween. It's like it just doesn't feel like the holidays. Remember how when we were growing up and we just knew that it was Christmas, like it snowed every single time? Where's the snow? Where's the Christmas joy? Where's the holiday spirit? Like something is off. It doesn't feel like we are in the right time zone. You follow me? Food doesn't taste the same anymore. As soon as you take a nap, you gotta get up for work. Even people nowadays are different. Everybody seems so aggressive. Everybody seems so angry. Accidents keep happening. People getting shot every day. And like I said before, y'all might want to save this video because I said this before in my other video from my old content. I said the same exact thing. Something is going to happen. I don't know what it is. I cannot pinpoint it. But when it does happen, it is going to be where we least expect it. So y'all better stay prayed up. Y'all better stay strapped up. Because whatever that's going to happen, it's going to be within a blink of an eye. Stay prayed up.
Well, here's my take on that. There's no doubt in my mind that something is going to happen. I don't know how bad it will be. I don't even know if it's going to be bad. I just don't know. But what I will say is time may have sped up. Who knows? Because you got CERN out there doing what they doing. But the part where she said people are dying and getting shot every day, that's been happening since guns were created. The only difference is now is it's recorded now. It's recorded and reported. Everything negative gets reported in the news. Nothing positive gets reported in the news. We as creators now have to report the positive stuff. So it affects your emotions. And when it affects your emotions, then it affects your thinking. And if it affects your thinking, then it affects your judgment. So yes, this is another way for people to say, I'm scared. I get it. All this stuff that's going on, this stuff is messing with your emotions. I get it. But we have to stay strong throughout all of this, because if you can't think rationally, if you can't think positively, then you're not going to survive through whatever's going to happen. But what y'all think?
American citizen with the right to keep and bear arms. Guess what, man? I'm an American citizen with the right to keep and bear arms. I'm going to carry my freaking gun however I want to. That's correct. You think I need your permit to conceal carry my gun? Screw you. I will disregard any law that goes against my fundamental rights as an American citizen. I carry guns everywhere I go, across state lines. I don't give a crap. I don't even look at the law. And I may wind up in prison one day. I don't freaking know, but I don't care, because I will not obey a law that violates my right to keep and bear arms. And here's the second thing for you listeners. If you do not carry a gun as an American citizen every single day, everywhere you go, you are neglecting your duty as an American citizen. You are failing to exercise your rights, and actually, I would go as far as to say one of your most important rights. So if you aren't carrying a gun, if you're listening to this, look at yourself right now. If you are not carrying a gun, or you are not within arm's reach of a gun, you are wrong. You are dead wrong.
Those are facts. Those are facts. And with that being said, the risk is a little higher for me as a black man in this country to carry a gun. But by all means, because I'm an American citizen, I am going to exercise my right to bear arms. Because it's my right. I'm not a felon, so it's my right to bear one. And I'm going to do it regardless. I walk around my house with one.
There's no way that's the moon. Did you not see it grow? Yeah. It was a speck.
It was like a cluster.
Yeah, it like boomed into whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Dude, are we living in the Matrix?
What in the...
Kind of look like a...
Can't be the sun.
Kind of look like
Look at the corner, like a light's gone.
An asteroid or something.
The dot signal, look at it. It's dissipating. It's going to disintegrate.
Look at my phone. Look.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Oh, it's got a bite. Look like somebody bit something out of it. The hell? Now, some of these videos I can't even put together. This is one of them.
Dude, we got it. Hold still.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Y'all hop in the comments. What's that? That look like a teardrop.
What the is that? What the did we just witness, Robbie? Did we really see the moon? Is that really the moon and what looks like when it turns? The sun? But how did it change? What the
Yeah, that was odd as hell. What was that and why it looked like somebody bit a chunk of it? What the hell? Y'all come on, man. Come on with these answers. Come on, what ifers? I know y'all know something. What's that?
How you can zoom in and do like the 3D and look at the city and everything. But my issue is that when you zoom out and you go into outer space, this Earth that we live on turns into a cartoon. This is a cartoon now. Where is the real Earth? Oh, that's right. Space ain't a real place. That's why this camera doesn't go into outer space.
It's
In
definitely
fact,
a real
I'm going to
place.
show you right now where
We
these
just
images
can't go
come
out
from.
there.
It's not that they wouldn't use the magical floating satellites if they could. It's that they don't physically exist, nor does the globe. They have been sending these up one at a time since it all began. I will allow them to explain it.
It's also the genesis for NASA's newly developed super pressure balloon.
The reason for super pressure ballooning is they have absolutely stable altitude day night, and it doesn't matter how cold the atmosphere is. They are sealed.
So your shape is always the same. You always displace the same amount of air, and therefore you have the same amount of buoyancy all the time.
NASA's been using balloons for science research for over 30 years. The exploration that can be done on balloons is continuing to grow. Standard balloon that I fly is about 660 feet long when it's made.
So let me get this straight. It is now public knowledge that they send up satellites on massive helium-filled balloons. As you should know, NASA is the largest consumer of helium in the world, for obvious reasons. But the issue with society is that they never critically think. Just think for a second here. If these are sent up to provide the world with all of the important information we need, and I'm sure the entire process is expensive and difficult to accomplish, then please explain to me what in the flat world do these pathetic animations do for you? Do they make you happy inside? Are they so super duper cool that you cannot see past the obvious CGI? The fact of the matter is everything NASA sends up on a balloon simply hovers above our motionless Earth. That is why they rarely speak about orbiting satellite, and of course, they never show footage. Here is some footage of a random evening with a man, the moon, and his Nikon P900. Notice anything floating up there?
Forget it, Bart. It's so bright out you can't see anything in the sky except the Fox satellite.
And then every now and then these satellites come crashing down. They fall out of the sky with those helium balloons attached to them all over the world. But you don't hear about it because you likely get your information from mainstream media. And I'm going to tell you why that's a bad idea. The same people that own the news are the same people that are perpetuating this hoax, all right? If you want the truth, you got to find it yourself.
Now, I believe that they cannot go out of outer space, into outer space. I know that. That's not even hard to even understand why they couldn't do it, right? But to use these balloons to say that the world is flat is beyond me. That don't prove a thing. That just proves that they cannot break outside of that ether that everybody calls a firmament to head into outer space. Now, I probably could believe that there are satellites floating around with balloons. I could believe that. But to use that to say that the Earth is flat, no, man. Now, y'all just going too far with it now.
What do you think the planets are? They're lights? Is it like it's not like dirt or like
no?
It's the planets aren't like Mars isn't like dirt.
No, it not at all.
So they're not landing, so they're not landing Mars rovers on Mars, right?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
What are they doing?
It's fake.
Well, it's what they're doing is they're going to places like Greenland with very, very exotic landscape, and they're making it look like it, and then they're coloring it to look red and what have you. Wikipedia, if you go to Wikipedia, which I'm in now, and you look up under Saturn, in the first sentence, it will tell you that Saturn is a gas giant. And then you go to Jupiter, it tells you that Jupiter is a gas giant.
Yeah.
Then you ask what the sun is, they say it's hydrogen and helium. Well, that's gas. Why is Venus or Mars or the moon where they landed, why is it an exception? You can see with your own eyes that it's a light. Ptolemy, for thousands of years before the Jesuit Copernicus turned up and made a spinning ball, was saying all of the 7 planets are entirely luminous. There it is. They are portals. The moon is empty. You can see on the new moon, you can see a ring, and there's black, and you can see it's a hole. Clearly, it's a hole. You go through it.
Oh, you're telling me there's no moon there?
There is. There is.
It's not a solid object. Is that what? Is that? I mean,
not solid as we know solid. It's a more attenuated transcendental material. Atoms can act differently when they're in a different dimension. It's transcendental. What you are seeing there is the dance of the gods, the moon, the sun. These are gods. They are gods. They are archangels. The Jews, they'll tell you in Kabbalah, they'll tell you the moon is Raphael, Mercury is Gabriel, etc. The sun is Michael.
I don't know about that. All that may be true. But what if every planet we see is the Earth in its past and future forms? Think about that, right? So what if the Earth, the planet Earth that we're on, had an evolutionary stage, just like they say we had? What if it started off as Pluto or whatever the last planet is in our solar system? What if it started off as that and then it slowly descended down to where we are now? And when we look at Mercury, Mars, those are the future. That's the future. And you know, because think about it, they said that they found pyramid-like structures on Mars, right? So what if Mars is the Earth just destroyed later in the future? See, I be thinking so far in the future, man. I don't know why I think like that, but what if though? Y'all get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. But hey, if you like what you saw, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Head over to the Discord. It's free. Send me videos you want to see me react to. But until next time, folks.